Alright, so boom, I've been a content creator for a little over 8 years now, and dare I say, some people would consider me mildly successful. In fact, I'd consider myself relatively successful as well. Just on YouTube alone, if we don't count all of the other social media platforms, I'm approaching 750,000 subscribers, 250 million views. But there's one thing I've not quite yet ever had come across my table or had the sudden urge to do. I've never wanted to send sexually suggestive messages to minors. I need to understand why it is that there are countless different creators in the space, whether it be Twitch, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, people who happen to have taken a risk on themselves, chased after their dreams, made it a reality, and then throw it all away because they have some sort of pedophilic goddamn addiction. I need answers, fam. Whether it be Ava Chris Tyson, EDP, Dr. Disrespect, James Charles, I need to know what is going on in the minds of these hooligans to think this type of activity is okay. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Nearly a decade ago, when I decided I was gonna mess around and jump into the space, I never once told myself, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get all the views. I'm gonna get all the subscribers. I'm gonna get myself some clout. And then only then, I'm gonna message children.
We are the police.
We are the police.
The police of Haiti.
The police of Haiti.
Take his ass to jail! You go to jail, you son of a bitch!
All right, hold on, man.
You go to jail!
I need to know why. Why? It makes absolutely no sense. There's legitimately adults who you can talk to. Why try to groom and be predatory over minors? It makes no sense to me. And it seems to be some sort of challenge this particular year because it seems like every single month somebody else getting outed. There's Try Not to Laugh challenges here on YouTube. Evidently, it's Try Not to Talk to Minors Challenge 2024, and the difficulty is on Heisman. It's on impossible because these people are incapable of doing it. They grab their phones early in the morning and they say to themselves, this seems as if there's a minor who sent me a message. Let me send them an eggplant. What's going on? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all need to be electrocute. Somebody go find me Alexa Buzz, all right? Send out the Pokemon and fucking thunderbolt these motherfuckers until they have an inch of life remaining.
Oh, electrify! Thunderbolt now!
And then from that particular point, shit on them. You need to be dealt with. Why can't y'all not just talk to children? I don't understand. If a kid sends you a message, you know, man, I'm a big fan of your content. I really appreciate everything you do. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that. That's the end of the conversation. Instead, it'd be on some, hey, I'm a big fan of your content. I love everything you do. Can you give me some advice? Yeah, why don't you come over at 1 a.m.? Tell your parents that you could sleep over. And then, how about we get this butt cream?
You're a child!
You know how difficult it is to gain prominence in the social media space? There's a ton of people who could be a flash in the pan. You could have something that mess around and go viral. But you have all of these different personalities. People who've been able to stay viral, stay relevant over time, build a lasting reputation and legacy, and for whatever reason, behind closed doors, they're terrible human beings. Now, granted, I'm not telling you to just assume that when you watch somebody and you really like their content, all of a sudden you just assume they're friendly. You just assume that they're good people. You just assume that you're friends, despite the fact that there's a parasocial kind of relationship that's transpiring over there. But usually you should lean with good faith. But at this particular point, there's almost no reason to do that no more. Because you got a whole lot of these individuals who happen to be on social media living lies, bro. You come up here, make it seem as if you're being relatively inspirational. You're somebody who people should look up to and all these different things. You're talking to children behind closed doors.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm very interactive with my audience. I've been invited to some weddings. I've gone. I've been invited to some baby showers. I've gone. I got invited to some high school graduations. I'm not coming, but I know a couple of creators who would.
What the hell wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with it?
And the wildest thing about it is it's one thing if you just so happen to get caught off guard. Like you just go in assuming with good faith that the individual you're talking to just so happens to be an adult. But these people blatantly single out minors and then go and send messages. It makes no sense. 14, 13, 12, 11, whatever the case may be. Like something's wrong with these people, bro. Something wrong with them. They need to be banned from the internet completely. Now, it's completely different if it's a situation where you have people who just have allegations. that is thrown upon them, allegations is just allegations. But when it's repeated allegations left and right, then there's verifiable evidence that can now back up said allegations. You're guilty. You're not suspect. You're guilty.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
Is it that difficult to not message minors, fam? Like, is it that hard? You receive the message that you simply cannot resist? Do you drive past the high school or junior high and you get like that sudden itch like it's crack in the 80s? You happen to pass by, oh, it's field day outside. I got to turn back. I got to get one of their phone numbers and message them late tonight. I can't drive by and be normal. I must be a predator. What's wrong with y'all, fam? Is this your final form? You worked your entire life to get to this point and you feel as if you must send them a message? Why? Why?
Why?
There's almost never any real disciplinary action outside of just the court of public opinion just shaming these individuals, but most times they get to just navigate through the remainder of their life regularly. And sometimes their audience will provide sympathy and be like, man, everybody goes through some rough times. It's okay. We've all done crazy things before. Like message minors? Are you kidding me? Personally, I think maybe people should mess around and take a look at their hard drive.
I would like to see it.
Not saying that we should have to actively invade their privacy, but let's call a spade a spade. More often than not, these type of individuals try to do things in the dark, hoping that they would never come to the light. So now that they mess around and get exposed, you could only imagine what they got hidden inside of their computer.
Bless you, my child. Pornography fan.
Child pornography?
Right now, there seems to be a growing popularity, at least across Twitter, where they have these individuals who are chasing after these pedos, slapping them in the face, kicking them, and all these other stuff. Why don't you now go find these individual creators and go make a goddamn expose out of them so they can mess around and catch the beats by Dre? All kinds of hand, feet, knees, elbows, headbutts, whatever the case just so happens to be, because it's getting ridiculous. I'm tired of constantly going online and seeing another creator getting exposed for trying to talk to underage children. It makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Why can't you just act like a functioning adult? It's like nobody put a firearm to your head and told you talk to children or
I'll blow your fucking brains out.
then whenever somebody tries to call people out, they're met with the army of followers who support this particular creator as if you can sweep things under the rug and make exceptions to the rules just because you just so happen to revere and like this individual. We gotta start calling spades a spade, fam. There's a whole lot of predators who happen to walk among us in the creator community, and when it gets found out that this is exactly who these people are, we gotta call these motherfuckers out and shun them and shame them publicly. Because if they get praise and they get all this adulation and all this other stuff when they do good things, they should also get that same kind of energy on the negative side when they do bad things. Is that not fair? Is that not considered fair? Because I'm not seeing the same energy that was thrown out towards Dr. Disrespect, at least on Twitter and elsewhere, that's being thrown out towards Ava Chris Tyson. It don't make no sense. Now all of a sudden it's on, we have to wait for more details to emerge, despite the fact that we have all of the evidence under the sun.
Some of them going to sleep. Fuck that!
You just wake up in the morning. Man, you know what? I can make my life difficulty a little bit more, hard and higher. Why play on easy mode? Nah. Moderate? I don't want to do that. Hard mode? Ah, that's okay. How about extreme? Let me go pass by this junior high and go get somebody's number. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all need to be dealt with. Execute these weirdos. Chris!
You're gonna have to die.
Here comes the United States champion, Chris Benoit.
He's not gonna do what I think, is he? Oh no, come on. 16-foot. Oh!
Arms are clasped.
Look at him ready.
I can't believe it.
Off the ground, is he? Whoa, he did!
Yes, he is.
Oh, Benoit, look at Benoit.
Justice!
Now, I'm not saying he should have killed her, but I understand.
I appreciate you watching the entire video. Feel free to hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Furthermore, hit that subscribe if you hadn't already. YouTube acknowledged me with 100,000 subscribers, but they've given me nothing since. Help me get to 1 million so I can put it up on the wall. It's up there by itself.